Hey everyone, it's Allie, and let's talk about the future of the frog builds now that, well, the things that happened. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, we went and tried the frogs on day one, and unfortunately, they just kind of sucked. I was kind of lost for what to do, but at a minimum, I wanted to find a build on Primalist that could just save everyone's time and effort. While I did give people a few different options for other builds they could play, but a lot of people were just waiting for me to find something else, and I was kind of stressed because nothing else really looked that interesting to me in Primalist. That was until a few kitties in chats mentioned a certain item that can allow you to make a certain really memey builds, and well, we looked at it a little bit, tried it out, and it turned out great. So we now have direction and we know what we're going to do with the frog build. We are going to be transitioning our froggy little friends over to a Thorns build instead. What I want to do in today's video is just quickly basically give you a mini guide on the build and just give you all the basic TLDR of it. And you can expect some build updates from here over the next few days as we keep progressing through the build. The frog build will be swapped fully over to this, and you can expect this to happen over the next 2 days or so, with me at least trying to have the leveling section done so you know what to do, because it's kind of a mess right now with the whole raptor stuff. And I'm going to hopefully try to get the gear section done and put a proper planner in here and whatnot. But for now, we're going to get in the description is going to be specifically the planner. It's going to have all the gear that you need to go and farm it, as well as some of the sample idols and blessings and whatnot, along with all the skills and their respective tree progression. Please do keep in mind that this is currently extremely volatile, and we are making quite a lot of iterations on this build as we're going. So don't be surprised if something's changed and if some skills just completely vanish. So with this build, we are going to be sticking to a Beastmaster, but we can also play this as a druid or a shaman, so we're going to go and try all the options out and see exactly what we like. All right, so next, let's discuss how you're going to go about farming for everything. So until you get everything we're about to discuss, just simply stick to playing Scorpion, as that's going to do just fine. Or if you swapped over Summon Bear, that's okay too. Both builds are just as good as each other. The filters have been updated to include all the Thorn stuff in them. The leveling filter still has all the Scorpion stuff, so there's no issues there. And your only real goal is to get 3 specific unique items that are going to be able to enable the build. You're going to need to go farm yourself a new Primal Chestplate, Thicket of Blinding Light, a new Shield, Thorn Shell, and a new belt, Legacy of the Quiet Forest. For the shield and the belts, you can either just buy them off of the auction house if you're Merchant's Guild, they should be really cheap, or use prophecies in Circle of Fortune to get your hands on them. In the endgame section of the Frog Guide, there's a quick tutorial on how to use prophecies if you need help on how to use those, and those 2 items should not be an issue at all. The thing that's going to be a little bit difficult is going to be the chest plate, where you're going to need to get yourself 30 primordial feathers and a crystallized heart. The heart is something that is very rare from beasts. They'll have a little tag that says crystallized heart, but if you don't get one, you can also buy one directly from the vendor for a few petals and some things. Once you have all 3 items, you can simply just quickly swap your passage tree over to one in the planner, swap your skills over, and literally with no other gear changes, you'll be able to clear 1 to 200 corruption with straight up no issues. The way the build works is quite simple. Thicket of Blinding Light is going to constantly radiate your current Thorns to enemies facing you, and given anything on your screen is going to try and come and kill you, they're going to be looking at you while they run at you. At the same time, for things like loot lizards or things that try to run away from you, this has built-in quality of life, so that's not a problem. And, well, given Thorns don't care about any damage reduction or any stats that the enemy has, it just does true damage, you'll basically one-shot them due to how many Thorns you have. For your skills, you are going to want to keep your Summon Spriggan and Bear active at all times, while Maelstrom and Gathering Storm are just going to be passives that happen from all the other interactions. We're likely going to change these skills around a little bit so don't get to attach them, and they'll be explained more in the written guide once we get there. The main thing to keep in mind here is going to be Spriggan form itself. You're going to want to use it, which is going to swap you over into a Spriggan, and you're getting a whole new set of abilities that you're going to want to use. Unfortunately, in this form, you don't have a traversal skill, which is why you're going to want to go and farm out the ring Silver Frond as soon as you can, which allows you to turn the Summon Vine skill into a teleport ability. Once you have that, everything should be really comfy, and the only other thing you really care about here is going to be Thorn Shield itself. This is going to put a buff on you that's going to give you armor and thorns, which you can stack infinitely, which is why we want to get as much cast speed as we can on our gloves, our relic, and our weapon to just be able to keep more and more of these active at any point. While mapping, try to keep maybe a stack or 2 on you. That should be more than enough to literally one-shot everything. And then on bosses, you're just going to plant and just spam as many as you can on yourself and just watch the boss absolutely melt. We do also have a Shaman passive point, Totemic Fury, that gives you cast speed, so do try to keep your little healing totem down as well for a little boost in DPS. In terms of further upgrades from there, your next most important thing outside of getting the ring, so you have a mobility skill, is going to be to grab yourself a Hazel Root, giving you even more Thorn Shields every time you press Thorn Shield, making this just a massive multiplier. Get one with with 1 LP as soon as you can and slap on a cast speed prefix on it, and you're going to do a dumb amount of damage. On top of that, you can also try to find yourself Evolution's End. This is just a really good amulet, even if you don't care about the Rift Piece portion of it, and it's likely going to be with us for quite a while. On the rest of your gear, you want to grab yourself as much attunement as possible to keep scaling the shield further. Outside of that, you don't care about literally anything else, so try to fill in your prefixes with dexterity for a little bit of extra dodge rating, and then your suffixes with any resistances you need, health regen, and flat health itself. On your boots, try to find yourself a CDR roll if you can once you get the ring, so you can move around a little bit faster, but that's not too important. The last thing to mention is going to be your idols, and these are going to be kind of funny given we're going to be stacking the same exact idol 25 times over. All we're really looking for here are small weaver idols with the damage reflected to attack or suffix, which you're either going to have to buy as Merchant's Guild or as Circle of Fortune. You're going to want to go grab yourself some small weaver prophecies and try to hunt them that way. This is very difficult to obtain a lot of these, and they have a really big role, so honestly, get everything else and then worry about the idols later. There's a lot more upgrades we can make here that we're going to discuss over future updates, but all this put together should be more than enough for you to do 600 corruption with literally no issues. I can easily see this build being able to push to 1,000 plus corruption, so it'll be fun to push it there and just enjoy the absurdity. If you have any questions, do feel free to come by my Twitch and ask me any questions there directly. I'd be more than happy to help you out anytime, or feel free to leave a comment in the comments below and I'll get to it as soon as I can. At the same time, if you want to just be a cutie and come join our community, you're more than free to come hang out with us on Twitch or on Discord, and I'd be more than happy to see you there as well. Again, I want to apologize for what happened with the frog builds. I'm sorry for letting a lot of people down, but I did my best to find ourselves a really interesting build, and I feel like I found something a lot of people are going to have fun with. It's going to be a really fun time. We're going to have fun being Thorn gamers, and we're going to forget about the froggy chapter of Season 3. So that's it, kitties. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video.